Alrighty, so it's time. It's 9 p.m. I thought they were doing these at 10 p.m., but I guess they're doing them at 9 p.m. now. I feel like they started at 10. Anyways, we're going to be going over the update notice. So, patch notes for tomorrow morning. There's going to be an update. First things first. I said in the last video that I thought it would be cool if they started adding more commandments. I figured Monspeet was going to be first, but it looks like we are going to be getting both Melasculas that are on JP already, but we're getting them at the same time. I don't know specifically if these characters were released at the same time on JP or not. Melascula. It does not look like it, because there was a red Melascula that released with Derriere and a Melascula up here that released with Red Fat King. So that's kind of cool though. I mean, I don't know what they do. I've got tabs for them right here, so we'll look at them in just a second. But new events. Burning Hatred pickup draw. I'm assuming this is just going to be what the banner's called for both of the Melasculas. Power up spin up event. So they told us that we were going to get another spin up event, and global drop for spin tickets. So, you know, tickets for the spin event, I guess. It's kind of weird that they would consider those two different events. All Knighthood boss battle difficulties now available. So now we're going to officially have extreme difficulty for Einik. Einik extreme difficulty added. Personal rewards up to tier 7 added. So from what I understand after looking around a little bit, I think the max amount of points you want to get each week to get all of the rewards now is going to be 2,200, which isn't insane. Like I said in the first video, I normally get around 1,800 just off of regular runs without retrying at all. So I figure depending on how difficult Extreme actually is, we should be pretty okay with that, at least if you're, you know, somewhere on the same level of where I am. I'm kind of just talking for myself at the moment, but I think I'll be able to hit the 2,200 each week. Hopefully you guys will too. But moving on from that, we're getting new equipment engravings. So Melascula is understandable because they're releasing 2 Melasculas, but now we're getting Griamore and Alioni, which is kind of interesting. The only one that I could see even being somewhat viable is using like red SR Griamore, since he like buffs your team really heavy. People use him for PvP, so you could potentially get UR gear for him to make him even tankier, but even then you don't run him up front. So these are I think these are kind of dead, but Melascula may be okay. I still don't know what Melascula does. I've never messed around with any of the Melascula units, so I don't know. Able to visit friends' taverns. I actually watched somebody do this after our video this morning, and it doesn't seem like it's anything like super crazy. It looks like you can just basically get some new friendship, or like get more friendship coins per day, and you can go over there and eat a free meal depending on which meals they have their hawk registered with. So that's kind of cool, I guess, but I don't know if people are really that interested in that. I probably am not going to be doing that every day because it just seems kind of like a small benefit that's not really worth the time, but I don't know. Who knows? Tap on a friend in your friends list and visit their tavern. When you visit the tavern, you can eat any dish they have registered and receive the relevant buff 10 times a day. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. Free dishes, but whatever. SSR Small Green DN is going to be added to the Race Draw 1 tickets. New Hero of Leonis title. Not sure what you got to do to get that. And new bundle, Special Upgrades Bundle 1 and 2. Or Special Upgrade Bundle 1 and 2. Don't know what that entails, really. And then ending events, AND bundles. They kind of messed up on this one. Anyway, Creation Fighter DN is going to be gone. Bingo tickets are gone. Bingo event is gone. Salvaging event is over with. Hero enhancement success rate up is gone. Exchange tickets are gone. Reward dungeon, etc., etc., etc. You can read all of these. That's not anything too crazy. So, I mean, they pretty much already gave us most of that information. The only thing that they left out pretty much was just the extra details on this stuff and the fact that we're getting Melascula. So nothing insane, but let's look over some of these Melasculas really quick. So we have the 10 Commandments Melascula of Faith and Elite Demon Melascula of Faith. This is the 10 Commandments one, obviously, because it says it. But Darkness Whip inflicts damage equal to 220% on one enemy, 220%, and infects. Infects is restricts recovery related stats, so that's kind of nice, I guess. I don't think that's anything crazy. If it's only stats, does that mean you can still like heal and everything? Because if so, that doesn't really seem all that good. But Demon Flash is inflicts detonate, which is 20% additional damage per orb in the target's ultimate gauge. That could be interesting. Inflicts detonate damage equal to 100% on all enemies, 150 on all enemies, and 250 on all enemies. At least she has an AoE skill. That's kind of cool, I guess. And then her ultimate is Soul Invitation. Inflicts damage equal to 560% of attack on one enemy and lifesteals 40% of the damage. So, kind of interesting. Her passive is Soul Hunting, increases basic stats of the hero by 1% for each ultimate gauge orb allies and enemies have. So that's okay, I think. Increases basic stats, attack, HP, and defense of the hero by 1% for each ultimate gauge orb allies and enemies have. So I guess if it's like, if a lot of their units and your units are closer to their ultimate, she's going to be a lot stronger, which is kind of interesting. Her commandment is Faith, obviously, but applies 2 ignite effects for 5 turns on allies and enemies who did not use any skills at the end of every turn in PvP. So the fact that it's PvP only buff, or a PvP only commandment, is kind of interesting. Applies when entering battle. I would assume her commandment is going to be the same for this one as well, which it is. I don't really think that's all that great. I mean, like, yeah, Ignite is kind of nice because it makes you deal extra damage, but it also goes for your units as well, which, I mean, isn't super crazy either way. It's just Ignite, but you're going to take more damage. Kind of interesting. The other Melascula, the Elite Demon Clan, is... So we have Death Sting, which is inflicts Scorch damage equal to 160% of attack on one enemy, and Scorches increases damage dealt by 25% per ignite on target. So this one can kind of play off of the commandment a little bit better just because of the Scorch. And then you've got 240 and 400%. The scaling on this one's a lot better. I think this Red Melascula is probably going to be the one to go for, but that's just off the first skill, really. Spirit Consume is the second skill. Intakes 8% of all enemies' max HP, 12%, and then 20% intake. Decreases the enemy's max HP by a certain amount and recovers this unit's HP by the amount decreased for 1 turn. That actually sounds really cool. I don't know how good it will be in practice, but it sounds cool at least. The ultimate is the same, and her passive is different for this one. So we've got Resurrection. When another ally that is not Melascula dies, grant a removable buff that makes the ally stay at 1% or at 1 HP for 3 turns. This effect only activates once. The buff is removed when Melascula dies. If more than 2 allies die at the same time, the leftmost ally will be the revival target. So this is definitely the one to go for. She can basically keep your guys alive if they were to die. And then, you know, you can play off of the commandment a little bit better, and you can use Spirit Consume, which, I don't know, it sounds cool to me, but I don't know. I don't know how actually good she is. You're going to have to get some advice from some JP players, or wait till she comes out to actually see people use her, because I don't really know. I'm really bad at like reading effects of stuff and seeing how well it does. I'm much more of like a, you know, try it and see how it works out in the actual game sort of guy, so these words mean nothing to me. Anyways, I would say definitely Red Melascula seems like the better unit, but yeah, I don't know. I would definitely like to get one of those characters. The Red Melascula obviously would be the better one to get, but I don't think I'm actually going to summon on this banner. I do, however, really quickly want to, before this, well, let me change this. Before the DN banner goes away, I have not summoned on this at all because it was kind of like a meh sort of banner. She is a really cool character though, so I want to do one singular multi on this and just see before she goes away. She's going to be in newer banners, so don't worry about summoning on her tonight. Like, she's not going to be like an insane unit to try to go for, so I don't know. I just want to try my luck out because I'm kind of running low on pots after that stamina week, so even if I don't pull anything, hopefully I get some silver coins for stamina pots. We had the eye flash at the beginning though. Alright, well. Okay, cool. Easy stamina pots, boys. That's a lot of Twigos. Alright, anyways, that's pretty much going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys are going to be interested in summoning for Melascula down below in the comments, and I guess that's pretty much it. So, subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video.